What's up? It's China Chameleon.
What's up, y'all? This is your boy, Raz Taz.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Sir Santana, and you are now tuned in live with Damian Sanders on OneWest Radio.
You're now tuned into the one and only Damian Sanders on OneWestRadio.com.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
If nobody told you, I'ma show you.
OneWestMagazine, OneWest Jams. It's your boy P Flicks, Damian Sanders, holding it down for the West Coast from the tip to the top. From Seattle to San Diego, you already know what time it is. Big shouts out to always, man, to the CEO, OG Suicide, for laying down that OneWest Magazine and Radio Foundation. Now we back with OneWest Jams, man. We doing it real big. We here by popular demand. Shouts out to all my loved ones that tune in to OneWestRadio.com on a daily and a nightly. But tonight, man, I got a very special guest, man. My boy is making noise. I reached out to him. I had to have him right here on OneWest Radio. I got my man Diar Lansky in the house, man. What's up, nephew?
Man, I'm over here grinding just like you guys, man. Salute to OneWest Magazine, Radio, the whole conglomerate, OG Suicide, big salute to the OG. Man, I just appreciate the love, man. That's for real, having me on the show, everything, man. This is just, a blessing, man.
Already, it's nothing, man. Now, off the back, man, your name, man, it rings bells, man. Diar Lansky. How did you come up with that?
Well, it's funny because growing up, like, I was always somewhat infatuated with the mafia, and if anybody's familiar with the mafia, there was a white dude named Diar Lansky, and he came around, the early 20s and whatnot, and he's one of the dudes that really ended up making money for the mafia because that's when Prohibition happened. And my thing with the mafia is, like, I'm not trying to highlight murders or, shit like that, but what I was fascinated is that people came from absolute poverty and literally ended up shaping somewhat of American history. You feel me? I mean, look at Vegas. Diar Lansky was the one that financed the Star Vegas. But one of the special things about Diar Lansky is he was a Jew. He wasn't Italian. And so he was kind of an outcast a little bit, but, really was about his business. And he was the first one with the Italian mafia that was like, hey, instead of recruiting because you're Italian, let's recruit because of your criminal talent, because of what you know how to do. They're about to outlaw liquor and shit right now. We have a huge opportunity. Let's hire people that are just with the business and, and let's get it. Fuck being Italian, we got plenty of Italian soldiers, let's go. And that's really, believe it or not, what shaped the mafia.
Now he's talking out for people that don't know, man. Now, he's talking about Big Bugsy Siegel, Diar Lansky, Lucky Luciano, man.
Absolutely.
Man, go check out that movie Mobsters, man. It tells you all about, man, how those guys, really put that outfit together with Italians and Jews in the same squad and really, man, just took over, during the whole Prohibition period. Now, you got a hot song that I was peeping out, man, called Instagramification, with my boy Cole 187, man. Tell us about that joint.
Well, the internet that we have here, my homie, is kind of a double-edged sword, you feel me? People use it to their advantage for good things, and people just kind of fake the funk because music isn't like it used to be. It's not in person all the time. You might know an artist and see all of them on YouTube and Instagram and all this stuff and just really have no idea who he is. I grew up knowing who artist is. There's a lot of artists out there that I look up to that I say saved my life, and we knew them by going out and buying stuff. But you see a lot of weirdness on this social networking that we have. And one of the things I was raised with my family is they always said, watch out for immediate gratification, because stuff that just comes to you easy, you probably didn't work for, and probably is like too good to be true. But you see a lot of people online now that, all of a sudden they're a rapper or whatever they are. They go to a concert, get a selfie with a star, and they're like, oh, I was with Game last night, or I was with Whoop-de-Whoop last night. And it's just that immediate gratification, hashtag Instagramification that a lot of people are relying on their, career for. And it may look cute and all, but, I do music with OGs that have been around before I was born. And you still got to put in work in this game. That Instagramification might get you on for a week or so or whatever, but you really, I mean, you still got to put in work in this game. It doesn't matter if it's iTunes, digital, physical copies, touring. You still got to put in work. You can't just let the pictures tell the tale. And you know, they always say a picture paints 1,000 words. Well, it's not so horny. It's not so much anymore. You see a picture online with this dude, a bunch of rappers. These rappers have no idea who the fuck he is, but he was able to be there and take a picture with them and then go to his homies like he's really doing something. And like Big Hutch, you know, salute to my dude, Code 187. He said at the beginning, he said, you know, people want to be like right there, not put in no work, be part of a clique and everything just because they have access to do it. And so I definitely, you know, it's definitely a relevant song to these times.
Now tell us about this project, man, based on a true story, Kidnapping Mr. Heineken.
Kidnapping Mr. Heineken is basically me fed up with fucking everybody. Like, I'm just fed up with, again, going off of Instagramification, just kind of the softness that, you know, you don't even really have to have substance or be about the culture or anything. I'm a huge hip-hop dude. You know, I really care about this. And no matter what artist-wise I am, like, I'm still a fan of music. And I want to continue to be a fan, and it's hard to do that. So when it comes to Mr. Heineken, anybody that knows me and know me for the last 15 to 20 years, I only drink Heineken on special occasions. And this and that. But I literally only drink Heineken. You'll never see me without a Heineken, right? But you know when you drink and people be like, man, you a different person when you drink, man, or man, you stupid when you drunk, or whatever it is. I kidnapped that person for this project because I'm tired of just all the lameness out there, the people not caring. I think that's the biggest part of me. People not caring how their songs sound. They can record in their home studio, or some people record on their phones and they can upload it to SoundCloud and YouTube and do a little picture, and you know, like the whole artist development part of it is just lost, and just it seems like people don't care about their music. And so I kidnapped that Mr. Heineken persona of me and basically just put, you know, real in-your-face rap, you know, just calling everybody out. No one specifically, just as a genre right now. Like, people used to care a lot more. And that's the way music is. That's why rock and all these different genres still have such a following, you know, and of like real, like hardcore listeners. I know hip hop is hot right now, so I'm not taking that away from that or what the type of people, you know, do and what their music is. But you don't see like crazy core followings. People are very fickle with the artists they like because now they're just liking songs. You don't have to buy the album anymore. You don't have to do any of that. So to me, I was just like, man, fuck it. Y'all gonna hear what I really want to say, and here we go. You know, I kidnapped Mr. Heineken. Everything based on a true story because it's how I feel. To the point.
Now, all day long. Now, once again, this is OneWestMagazine, OneWest Radio, man. We're doing it on OneWest Jams tonight with my nephew, man, Diar Lansky, man. Got the hot project out based on a true story, Kidnapping Mr. Heineken, man. You can check out his new singles. That's going to be spinning here tonight, world premiering on OneWestRadio.com, and you do know that. Now, tell us about your relationship with R from the I, man, my man Squeak Roo, Binky Mac, and my nephews over there.
Oh, man. That's a great story because obviously growing up, I'm from East Riverside, so I grew up in Southern California originally. I was born and raised in Riverside, and you know I'm a huge fan of West Coast hip hop. Period. Point blank. So obviously, all from the I known them when coming up and the whole thing from the get go. But up to recent times, I moved back from Florida. And I was doing like part-time studio work, but I caught a little job at Guitar Center up in Northridge, California. Because I knew the equipment. That's a commission-based job. I know how to sell all that, man. I know it, you know. I'm an engineer for a lot of different studios, you know, so I can make good money there. I know what I'm talking about. When you know about the product, you can sell the hell out of it. So I talked with Binky a few times, like, you know, through emails and stuff like that, but he happened to come into the Guitar Center. And I dealt with him one time, literally on some equipment, and told him some plugins that were coming in that he was coming to get. And I said, hey, homie, you know, we talked a few times. Let me come by. You know, I'm a producer, artist myself, like we talked about, and let's do it. And it was either that night or the next night. Went to his crib. he basically said, man, you know, what I'm trying to do is get outside the box of just real, like, West Coast gangster stuff. Like, Binky Mac, for people that don't know, was a hip-hop producer from back in the day.
Most definitely.
You know, he produced the Critics in New York on the West Side Connection Bow Down album, and that shit sounds like a Pete Rock beat or something. You know what I mean? So the dude originates from hip-hop. And he was like, I'm really trying to put together a project that's a dope hip-hop project. I want to call it 511 West Hyde Park, where I grew up as a kid listening to records and shit. And I was like, homie, you met the right person, because my specialty is like real hip-hop beats. So I played a few of my beats, and literally that night, he picked out the 6 for 511 West Hyde Park, and we dropped it. And from there, the relationship, obviously I met Squeak after that. Met Boo Capone, and, you know, that whole BBE family, and, you know, Bink and I have been family ever since. But it was real dope because I got to work with somebody that's not only established and has put in the work and stuff like that, but he a West Coast, you know, all from the West Side Connection, all that. That's West Coast, you know, I mean, pioneers and shit, you know, and especially from what they did. And I got to do an album that was comfortable with what I was doing as far as production. You know, and we really blended minds together, and that's why, you know, all from the eye and all that have always been family, because we've just always been so level-headed with each other, and, you know, they know what I want and I know what they want, and it just completely worked.
And you do know that, so tell the audience out there that's listening in One West Radio Land, man, what's Diar Lansky's recipe for making a hit song?
I'll tell you what, Heineken. You know, Heineken and some blunts, obviously, you know, to get into the session. But I'll tell you what, man, it really, you know, and not to be chauvinistic or anything, but it take me. You know, I literally live, die, and everything in the studio, man. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I take so much pride in what I do, and I think that's why I touched on earlier. Like, people don't care what they do; they just throw out whatever. You know, and I don't do that. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna produce a song. I'm gonna make sure that shit's mixed and mastered. I'm gonna do the lyrics, write it to the beat, make sure that's mixed and mastered. Then mix and master all those together, and I'm gonna make sure that everything has relevance, man. Look, you know, honestly, there's 3 key words to what I do with my music, and that's substance. I gotta have substance in my music. Substantially, it's gotta stand out. Knowledge, I always got to drop some type of knowledge. And I'm not talking knowledge by trying to school people like I'm better than them or know more than them. I'm just saying, just give information. Don't just say anything. Like, drop information to people. You know, I don't know anybody that's in music that is not trying to be completely successful on a Kanye level and all these dudes level. The people are going to be listening to you. Drop some information for them, please. And the 3rd word is culture. I'm from a hip-hop culture. You know what I'm saying? I've been literally rapping since I was 9 or 10 years old as a white dude. You know, and I'm getting older now. You know, I'm an 80s baby. So it wasn't easy back then for white dudes just to be in ciphers and, you know, 1994 being a Glass House in Pomona and freestyle battles. I'm 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was today.
Now, was there now expounding on that a little bit. Now, was there any other white MCs that you was listening to at the time that you was inspired by?
You know what? Third Base was a huge influence.
MC Search in the house.
Oh, like, yeah, and also too, Milkbone. Milkbone was signed by Naughty by Nature. He had singles Where the Party At and stuff like that. These were really dope MCs. I mean, Eminem was, you know, an inspiration because he made it. But you know, you got to understand. I used to go to 92.3 to be to the wake up shows when people first started hearing Eminem. You feel me? Like, this dude was one of the best to ever do it. So, but growing up, you know, I didn't have Eminem. There was nobody like that. You know, you had the Vanilla Ices and this and that, but, you know, Third Base, you know, Search, you know, all these dudes. I mean, obviously, he was the Beastie Boys. Beastie Boys are a huge influence to me. You know what I'm saying? But I also grew up playing, like, my family I was raised with was originally from the South. I grew up on the piano and drums playing, like, Prohibition-style boogie woogie and blues. So that's my origin with music. I know how to play the piano. I know how to play drums. And I do stuff that's not like, I don't play classical music like at some, you know, crazy charter school and this and that. Man, I grew up playing blues and stuff that they played during Prohibition times at the speakeasies and whatnot. You feel me? So I really come from a music standpoint with everything I do. But yeah, definitely white rappers growing up, man. I got to give it up to Milkbone and Third Base, and also Evidence from Dilated People, man. I know that's a little bit newer from them, but Evidence definitely has killed hip hop, man. He's definitely done his thing. Alchemist, These are real dudes right here.
Oh, most definitely. Now tell the fans out there, how can they get their hands on that Kidnapping Mr. Heineken project?
Well, guess what? Officially tonight, I'm actually literally just put the final mixes to everything with the outros. I will be uploading Mr. Heineken in the morning. So I got a brand new flyer and everything that will have a release date. It'll probably be about 2.5 weeks from now. You know what I'm saying? But it's coming right now for you. But people that want to find my music, I'm the only Diar Lansky, Diarlansky. You feel me? You can Google me, Twitter. I'm the only one. So if you want to hear some of the singles off of Mr. Heineken, obviously I sent him some music. He's going to be playing it. But you can find it. I did drop a couple singles for the people. So it's out there. But about 2.5 weeks with this digital era, obviously uploading it. We wait to see what the good date to do it. And it will be out, but it's coming real quick. One of the first visual singles off there, ironically, is with Binky Mac from the Eye and Die4's own Wayne G. You can find that on YouTube right now. It's called Diar Lansky Wasted. Dope-ass video. We just released it a couple weeks ago, and it kind of talks about what we talk about right now, too. So, everything goes hand in hand,
All day long. Now, before we go, any quick shout-outs for those streets?
Oh, man, shout out to my East Riverside fam. Shout out to my Die4 fan, Wayne G. Shout out to OneWest, man. Magazine, radio, et cetera. Man, y'all are doing your thing. You always do your thing. I appreciate you reaching out to me and definitely getting me out there. We're going to be, doing business quite a bit. So, it's definitely a good look coming from y'all, man, because I know how much pride you guys take in your work. And, salute to all the fans, everybody in Florida, everybody in Colorado, and big salute to my dudes, Laylaw and Code 187, man. Watch out for that Black Godfather coming out very, very soon with Big Hush, man. I'm telling you, this shit's going to rock the whole motherfucking continent, world, etc. If y'all think you know who Code 187 is from Brother Law, you're about to have a better understanding when this album drops. I'm telling y'all, it's crazy. So there's huge things coming up for Diar Lansky and the Die4 Productions team. Check out Die4Productions.com. Everything, get your Die4 gear, whatever it is, man. OneWest, salute to y'all, man.
Man, that is right there, man. That's my nephew, Diar Lansky. We support him over here 10,000% at OneWestRadio.com and OneWestMagazine. This your boy, Damian Sanders, OneWest Radio, and you do know that.
OneWestRadio.com.
Keep it locked right here, The
station that represents the West Coast.